Here we go. Game 2 of round 1 winners bracket OCF main event. Spawning on the right, playing as Soviet Union, and straight away locking in shock rifle frontline is PauL. He was victorious in game 1. Can he take this series right here? Throughout OCF so far, it tends to be most players winning their allies' side and then losing the Axis and maybe going to game 3, or we're just taking the series 2-0. So PauL's off to a really good start, winning his Axis. So let's see if he can take the series 2-0. Playing against him, spawning on the left is DevM, who has close air support, mobile defense, and lightning war. Close air support we saw PauL use last game to great effect. Mobile defense, this thing's typically pretty good at countering the M5 quad mount, or the M17 I believe, once it becomes the quad mount. And lightning war, which DevM I believe used in the qualifiers quite a bit. Seems to be his most popular pick. Does have the Tiger, of course, very nice. The G43s and the Stuka close air support, which is extremely strong. They made it so it has 2 planes now, but if anything, I mean, it just makes it harder to shoot down. So if one of the planes does get shot down, it's not the end of the world. Still extremely strong, especially if you compare that to the Sturmovik attacks of Soviets. Similar munitions cost, but probably about a third as effective. So DevM getting very aggressive, sending all of his troops straight down for PauL's cutoff here. PauL's using this garrison here as a blocker, but he's up against a Gren and a Pioneer squad, so he cannot win this engagement. He's gone for this nice wire off, making this munitions point significantly harder to cut off, and I believe PauL does that pretty much every game, which is quite a nice trick. And nice play there from PauL, a flanking squad of conscripts coming around, getting behind that MG42, forcing retreat. So DevM's early aggression maybe getting shut down here by PauL. I mean, he does have control of this cutoff, but I mean, sector for sector, they're pretty similar right now, and as soon as PauL regains control of his cutoff, he's going to have a vastly superior amount of resource income. DevM now going for a sniper. Conscripts here popping in and out of the garrison. Taking a bit of bleed though. Grenadiers more than a match for these combat engineers, they're going to have to retreat, but PauL has 2 squads of conscripts there moving to the north, and they're going to easily outnumber this Grenadier squad. And this Grenadier squad has a nasty retreat path. He's going to have to vault this fence to get to safety, otherwise he's going to retreat all the way up here, I believe. And that could end up in a wipe for PauL. DevM well aware of that, vaults that fence and starts that retreat. So that's nice play there from PauL. End up probably getting an extra kill there just because of that threat of the wipe, forcing DevM to vault the fence before retreating.
Our opponents are seizing a sector.
Also making this sector a lot harder to cap. You can't just, you know, open up the tactical map and just queue up your commands. Well, that's a bit slow. Queue up your commands. You have to manually tell it to go over this fence. Just that extra bit of micro, making it that much more difficult for your opponent. Still, DevM's in a very nice spot here with this MG42. If PauL wants to try come out this main avenue from his base, he's going to run straight into this MG42, and that will be his main exit out of his base, because he's wired this off. So while it is working to his favour, it also works against him, against DevM's aggressive machine gun placement there. Also, I believe this wall is too close to this garrison, so this does not count as heavy cover when engaging against this garrison here, so something to keep in mind. And now that garrison gets stolen right from under PauL's nose, and he's got to retreat through a lot of stuff here. Sniper, Grenadiers, and MG42. Could they get the wipe? No. DevM's fast asleep with his sniper there. He might have been able to get a couple of kills there on retreat. But I don't know what he's up to there. Bit of bad play there from DevM. Sniper now moving to the north, engaging these conscripts behind the garrison. I mean, this tractor, heavy cover. Putting pressure on his munitions points. That is a flamer car from Paul. And he managed to get the wipe here on retreat. That squad was already quite low, and he does. Looks like he wants to steal that with his combat engineers. Conscripts applying a bit of pressure here. Oh, that sniper with the quick retreat. I think that's going to be the machine gun stolen here from Paul. If that sniper stuck around, he probably could have sniped that squad and stopped them from the chase. But I think he kind of panic retreated that squad at the side of that M3 and then ends up losing himself his machine gun. So, I mean, both games DevM has got off to a terrible start. And look at all these squads are super low. I think he's going to have to go close air support. Get that fuel and munitions transfer going because he needs the healing so badly. All these troops are so low. Look at this 4-man squad on that tiny amount of health. And here come the shock troops for Paul. The mere sight of them enough to make any grenadier tremble. Still, they are going to be a very juicy target for this sniper. Wow, is he really going for a telemine right now? He needs the healing. Why is he going for a telemine? This is just a really bad choice, I think. I mean, look at that 4-man squad. That thing is just going to leak like a sieve. Oh, and that was a very greedy sniper shot. I think he's going to try to get around behind this garrison before retreating. Oh, legs. No, he's just going to keep backing away, making use of these fences for some cloaking. Scout car has completed repairs though, and that's back on the hunt. And DevM's map control situation is just terrible right now. Absolutely horrific. It's got the 222, and that should be enough to shut down Paul's scout car play. Also, scout car's pretty good against shock troops. They don't do too much damage against it. Unless they get it really close. So yes, he is going for the bunker, meta bunker, and I think that is the right play. Sniper now picking away at squads in the north. Scout car also moving to the north. Nope, now moving to the centre. Put some damage onto that stolen MG42, but he's got to be careful because that MG42 can actually do decent damage against the 222. Just see if it's in the garrison taking all that reduced damage. Can actually trade pretty effectively. Oh, Paul actually used merge on those shock troops, so there's a few conscript squad members in that squad now. Just wanted to keep those on the front line, and he's actually retreated that conscript squad in return. So when merging, the conscripts do gain the PPSH, but they don't gain the shock troops body armor. You can see shock troop squads do have body armor there. So models will still be quite vulnerable. They don't get that extra durability, but they would be rather overpowered if they did. Otherwise, everybody would just continuously merge conscripts into shock troops for their cheaper reinforcement costs.
G43 rifles. Interrogation training.
And the side of the 222, as I was saying earlier, keeping those shock troops at bay. They are very expensive to reinforce, as you can see, 32. You don't want to take too much bleed on them. So DevM has once again gone for lightning war. I think this is a mistake. I don't see what this really offers him at this point. I feel like either of his other options would have been just vastly superior. Probably, as I was saying, I think close air support would have been the right play, allowing him to get some LMGs on his grenadiers.
Infantry can march double time at your command.
Even mechanized assault would have been the better play, because once he got to 7 command points, he would have been able to bring in the Stuggy, and maybe that would have been enough to keep him in this game. But as it is, he's going to have to just try and save up his manpower, try tech, I suppose. Or maybe he's just going to try playing no tech all the way to the Tiger, because, I mean, his fuel income's just been so bad. I don't see how he can even tech to tier 3 right now. So mass AT grenades on the 222, and now that's in a lot of trouble just from small arms fights. Those conscript squads taking a lot of bleed from these two snipers though. One squad goes down. Are they going to finish the job? No, 222 gets abandoned.
The enemy has dealt losses upon us.
Looks like he wants to recreate that with his pioneers, but he can't, and in comes a wave of Soviet troops. Uran trying to get close to the snipers. Shock troops closing in on these G43 Greens.
Enemy forces are securing our territory.
And they're going down fast. They're going to have to retreat. Snipers playing a bit of cat and mouse behind these shot blockers here. They're bleeding a lot from PauL, in fact. He did finish the job on 222 though. So 222 for conscript, that's a pretty even trade. Did manage to get the cutoff going though once again, so I think PauL is still in the lead. He's got quite a lot of fuel in the bank maybe. Yeah, he is putting down his tech structure rather late with his tech though. Could have had a T-70 by now.
A pack gun is ready for orders.
So he's quite late on his tech.
We are losing a sector.
And in that window of time, we see a pack has been built for DevM. So if PauL had been a bit more diligent on his tech, he probably could have sealed the deal right there with the T-70. Now, as it is, DevM has got his counter out to it in the form of a pack. So he's much better prepared. So it looks like DevM's running straight down the centre, sniping away at the stolen MG, and there is also a demo charge on this road. This is a very common road to mine, but I don't think I've ever seen a demo on this road before. And it is about to pay dividends. PauL does not have line of sight though, so no, not in this particular instance. Oh, but he does have a tripwire flare there. Picks off one of those Grenadier models, and that will actually give him sight for that demo charge if something does run over there. S-Mine's here to try and shut down this munitions harassment, but PauL does have a sweeper squad there already. Oh, but not for long. Double snipers. Do end up backing away. So PauL is now bringing out that T-70, though this is a rather late T-70. Kind of lucky that DevM hasn't gone for the Strug E, as that would be available in one command point, which would kind of shut down that T-70 play quite effectively in conjunction with that pack. Still, those snipers are going to have to be extra careful now that T-70 can take them down so quickly. DevM aware of troops rotating to the south, backs closer towards the fence, and could not finish that cap. Still, DevM has kind of righted the ship for a while. He's got control of most of his side of the map, both the VPs right now. PauL needs this T-70 to make some really good impact. Try to regain a bit more control of the map, put some more pressure on DevM. Looks like he's going to make a play straight down the centre. He's sending out his MG42, setting that up in negative cover as well. And there's some P-Greens here. They quickly get suppressed and they're going to be pushed back. Here comes the T-70, packs up here though. T-70 doesn't have anything to worry about. Here comes the scout car as well. That's got the flamethrower in. That squad's going to have to abandon ship. Get out of that garrison. Yep, there they go. T-70 now moving to the south. He's going to try to chase away these squads. And as I was saying, that retreat path, they've got a long way to go. Is PauL going to try to catch them on the retreat with his T-70? No, his T-70 is now moving to the north. Putting pressure on the pack. He's going deep. He wants to take out this pack. In comes the incendiary barrage. T-70 clears the pack's arc of fire. He needs to keep it moving. Keep it moving. He does. He gets into that tiny little gap there. And the incendiary barrage is probably going to finish the job on the pack. There it goes. Now DevM is defenseless. As I was saying, if he'd gone for mechanized assault, he would be able to bring in the Struggies right now. But as it is, he's lost control of his pack. He can't really recruit it under this flame. He's going to try to. But that squad's taken a lot of damage already. Oh, and the T-70's going deep. He wants to go for the snipers. No, he's on recon mode. For some reason. Okay, that was weird. Oh, he's got to be careful. Pack's about to get around the corner. Oh. He has invested in another T-70. And we do see players going for multiple T-70s these days. T-70s are so much more effective against infantry than other Soviet vehicles. I suppose not than the KV-8, which is just about to pop for Paul. He's nearly there, but this second T-70 will delay his KV-8. Panzerfaust finishes the job on the scout car, but in comes another incendiary barrage, and that sniper's going to have to retreat through it, and the sniper goes down to the flames. Here comes the T-70. He wants to stop their pack from being recrewed, and I think he's going to be successful. DevM's in dire straits right now. Doesn't have enough to upgrade his P-Greens with Shreks. Oh, and he's losing grenadiers left and right to these double T-70s. Oh, he's trying to put down his tech structure, but this is exactly what I'm saying. He got off to such a poor start. Lightning War was never really an option, I feel. T-70 just making mincemeat out of all these troops here. The other one's backed off for some repairs, but this one's staying in there. He smells blood. He thinks he can finish the series right here, right now. Pioneers now making a play for the pack. T-70's trying to stop that. This thing is very slow now, though, with the damaged engine from that Panzerfaust. Oh, Paul. Oh, is he just going to go down to mass Panzerfaust series? Look at this thing with this damaged engine. He keeps circling around this pack. This pack just cannot get a shot off. And how many squads has DevM lost trying to recrew this? This is just absurd. So that's what Paul does. As soon as he tries to recrew the pack, he goes for the one-man squadron. But there is the pack from the south. Second pack there, finished the job on the T-70, but that means Paul is bringing in his KV-8. And as we've learnt in this tournament from Barton, KV-8s are very strong, very good at clearing packs very quickly. So if your opponent does not have some kind of vehicle, oh, what was that? Was that the Panzer Grenadier squad that just went down to a demo charge there in the garrison? I think that is the case. There's the crater out there. And those do look like pea-green bodies. Oh, things are going so poorly for DevM though. He does not want to give up, but I think things are looking pretty hopeless right now. Here comes the KV-8 from the south. Getting a good flank on these packs. He opens up on this one. Quickly clearing it. He's in a bad spot though. That second pack is too far away. Oh, but it hits this heavy cover here. Misses that shot. Oh, misses that shot as well. Okay, that shot connects. This KV-8's just pirouetting about. I mean, he's having a lot of trouble. Now the pack rotates, finishes the job on T-70, but I think that pack's probably going to be cleared depending on how these flames fall. Yep, indeed it is. Conscripts there to finish the job. This pack gets recrewed. KV-8 goes in for the finishing blow, and both of these packs have now been cleared by Paul's KV-8. And DevM's down to just 14 army size. I think he's just going to try to save up his manpower and hope that the Tiger can win the game for him. And that's exactly what I was saying earlier in the game. But Paul is now going to try to seal these packs, and that is going to give him quite a lot of firepower against that Tiger. This KV-8's just trying to avoid taking a Panzerfaust here, but is unsuccessful. So now he's going to have to pull back for repairs.
200 points remaining.
And those combat engineers are quite far away as well, so that is going to buy DevM enough time to save up for the Tiger.
Available to you, Commander. Use them well.
And let's see if that can get him back in this match. As I was saying, Paul has managed to steal one of those packs, but the second one is still here. Oh, where is the second one? Okay, the second one was also being stolen, but got cleared by the sniper, I think.
The enemy is taking our territory.
Oh, conscripts from the south. Get a flank on that sniper. That sniper's got to be careful. It's got Grenadiers running defense from now, though.
Supply lines.
And they should end up winning that engagement. Still, DevM's resource income's just been so dreadful all game. He's just about there. He one more fuel. One more. Here it comes, the Tiger. Can he get himself back into this game with the Tiger? Of course, Paul doesn't have that good anti-tank defenses right now. Just the one stolen pack and AT grenades. And maybe the 45mm AT gun on this. Not that that is terribly potent. Probably even has trouble penetrating the Tiger's rear armor. Ooh, listen to that voice crack. So pack opens up on the Tiger now. That's vulnerable to an AT grenade. That's what conscripts are closing distance to try and do. Second pack also gets stolen, so now this Tiger's in a very tricky spot.
Sector has been cut off.
And I think that's pretty much GG. He's only got one squad of Pioneers to try and repair that with as well. So this Tiger's pretty much out commissioned just from those 2 AT gun shots it took. Or maybe it took 3 AT gun shots, but he's just got to be so careful with it. This thing's so slow, so vulnerable to just conscripts ooh-ahing and closing the distance and getting AT grenade off, and then it's just a sitting duck for the pack. Looks like Paul's just going to play it safe. Doesn't want to throw the game here. He's pretty close to the ice too. Maybe he's just going to wait for that before making a final push, finishing the job on DevM. DevM is very low on VPs now, just down to 88 victory points. So that's got to be his number one priority. So Paul does have plenty of time to recoup. And there we go, conscripts waiting behind this hedge or behind this garrison. Get engine damage on the Tiger. Now that's out of commission. That is a sitting duck for the IS-2, which is going to arrive in about half a minute. Pioneers are moving up there for repairs. Packs have moved all the way back to base for healing and reinforcement. But one squad of Vet 1 Pioneers probably not going to do the job on this Tiger. That thing takes a very long time to repair. It's got a lot of health. Maybe if he had the Vet 2 Pioneers, that's when they gain the increased repair speeds. They might be able to do the trick, but as it is, actually Paul's IS-2 has been delayed. He's been reinforcing his troops, and that has delayed his IS-2, so maybe this Tiger will actually be repaired by the time the IS-2 comes onto the field. NG42 shutting down this play for the North VP, but he does manage to white it. Oh no, the KV-8 finds the Tiger. And just before it was about to remove that vehicle damage crit, the engine damage crit as well. I believe that crit goes away once it gets back to 75% health.
We are losing a sector.
Still, Tiger making short work of this KV-8. Missing that shot though, and there the packs. Will that be enough to dissuade the Tiger? No, Tiger switches targets to the conscripts. He's taking a lot of pack fire here. He needs to use the prioritized vehicles there. And I think that's going to end up with the KV-8 escaping. And here comes the IS-2s roaring straight down the center. Hot on the heels of this IS-2. I mean, on this Tiger. Tiger's maybe going to try back down this road here. Or is he just going to back into the corner? I think DevM needed to invest in another squad of Pioneers instead of another sniper. And as soon as he hears that IS-2, he calls GG. So Paul will take the series 2-0. Well played by Paul. He got off to really good starts in both of the games and ended up carrying himself to victory.